should we reward mediocrity in society and business? Heavy question for a Monday. Should we
No.
reward mediocrity? I'll tell you why. Two things. Had some iPhone issues this week. Had to get a new iPhone. You guys know about that. Don't leave your iPhone in the jeans in the washing machine. I did my fob for my brand new car. I left the fob in my jeans another time. So I got a big sign over the washing machine. Check your pockets, genius. Okay. So I went to the Verizon store. Had like an 18, 19-year-old kid, millennial, centennial, whatever. Kid was unbelievable helping me. Tremendous customer service. Cost me $10 for a new SIM card and everything. This kid was so great. I mean, he answered every question. He was enthusiastic. He had energy. I love this. Do you ever meet somebody who just wants to take care of you and you love the enthusiasm? Say yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, love that. Then
yes.
Yesterday, and I wanted to, here's the feeling that went through me. I'm in a store with all these electronic things. I felt guilty that I wanted to buy something else from this kid from his store. It was a Verizon store. It was his little store, satellite store. I felt guilty because I didn't have anything else I wanted to buy. But I wanted to buy to reward him because he was doing such a great job. I wanted him to make more money off me. Is that an unusual feeling?
No, I don't think so.
No.
The whole idea is that when somebody treats you really well, it's kind of like a gift.
Yeah.
And you want to reward them back by providing them with something that would help them in their lives because they've helped you.
I just instantly loved this kid. He was just like last week. I told you about the little guy in the bar who wanted work and handing out flyers. Little 11-year-old guy holding out his hand and stuff like that. Careful on the microphones, guys. Okay. Then yesterday, I went skiing yesterday. Claudia was beautiful, by the way. 2 feet of new powder here in Winter Park. Okay, somebody's rubbing. Okay, somebody's microphone is rubbing. Okay, thank you. And then yesterday, Claudia picked me up from the bus from the ski area. I said, let's go out for breakfast, honey. Nothing's better than breakfast after skiing for a couple hours. We had the world's worst waitress. Couldn't get her attention. She didn't even put the food in front of us. She handed us our food. Like we had to grab it from her instead of putting it down in front of us. I had to go to the counter to get my own coffee. I had to go to the counter to get my own check. I had to go to the counter to pay my check and everything like that. And I did something, I'm going to be really truthful here. I like to overtip because I used to be a bartender and stuff. And I said to my wife, why am I tipping this girl? She's horrible. And I did something I never, ever did before. I'm not a cheapskate. I love to overtip. I did not leave her a tip. And I felt horrible about it. Tell me, should we reward mediocrity?
No.
No.
Did you ever not leave a tip? I've always left tips, even to shitty white people. Is this, Steve, you're smiling. That Cheshire Cat smile. What does that mean?
No, I mean, here's the thing. I've worked in the food and beverage business. I would have left her something, but not, not like the typical 15% or something like that. But I don't know. I understand your viewpoint, though.
Okay.
Normally, I tip 20%.
Go ahead.
So I would leave her 10% maybe.
Okay, Steve. David, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to me a number of times. When I was living in Atlanta, I found that because there's so much restauranting and food and beverage service in that town, the waiters and waitresses come and go. They don't like it there, they go someplace else. So what I do is, I'll make mention to the server initially, and then I'll say, hey, I'm not getting the kind of service that I would normally receive here in this restaurant. And I come back here because I normally do get good service. So what I do is I just say, if it doesn't improve, then I'm just going to speak to the manager.
Okay.
And I do.
Anybody else want to jump in on this? It will relate to business and success. Go ahead.
Yeah, I used to work in the restaurant bar business as well. I think for me,
who is this?
This is William.
Okay, there you are. You popped up.
All right. So I used to work in the restaurant bar business as well for, better part of a decade. I do pretty much the same thing, which is I will notify a manager. If for me, the only reason I do that is for me not leaving a tip. I guess maybe I'm just a little insecure. It reflects on me, and if there's poor service that's being given, I'll usually get a manager involved because first off, the manager needs to know. Now, if the manager doesn't care, then there's another problem. But the manager needs to know the type of service that's being provided or lack thereof in that restaurant, that establishment too. I think it's only fair that they realize that, full disclosure of their employees not providing the type of service, hopefully, that they expect.
Can I tell you something there, William? I
Mm-hmm.
had to get my own coffee at the counter. It was to the owner who was managing the place.
Wow.
What
Wow.
is it? Okay, I went to the owner and said, "Hey, boss, can I get a cup of coffee here?" And he knows me, and I obviously went back to the table. Should we reward mediocrity? I felt horrible not leaving a tip. I have never ever done that before. And am I turning into an old Florida guy? No offense,
No.
No.
David.
No.
It's rewarded too
I've
much.
made my living from tips before, both in the cab and in restaurants. And if you don't provide the customer with service, what the hell are you for?
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
doing there?
I thought I had a feeling that I was doing the girl a service because if enough people do what I do, maybe she'll wake up. And I got to tell you something. I'm the guy who loves to overtip. My hand on the Bible. I love to reward people who make my dinner, my service, an enjoyable experience. I've been in the business. So how does this relate to our business, to our success, by the way? How does this go? There's a segue here. How does this relate to what we do?
Good service will help us get more deals
In what way? Sean, give me an example.
by being able to speak to prospects that have issues and we can solve them, and by giving good service, follow up, consistency, and to build trust, we can help a lot of people and close a lot of deals.
Do you know how many people do not call me back when I want to make an offer on a property and